What's going on, champs and chambettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I want to talk about how Epic Games is actually doing a little bit of an odd thing when it comes to jam tracks. Now, this is something that might be a little bit more of a niche complaint. Not everyone is going to have the exact same complaint as me, especially on this topic, but I thought I would bring it up with you guys because it is something we've heard about in the community for a while now, and it relates not to, specific jam tracks such as, like Bruno Mars or whatever else, Billie Eilish, Blink-182 or anything like that, but instead it's related to the jam tracks marked as by Epic Games. It makes sense for stuff like 8-Bit Beat, Best Buds, Bouncing Back, Brace for Chaos, Butterbar Hoedown, Everyone Falls even, because that's Fall Guys, even though they could technically put Mediatonic there. Find the Fury, Fire and Still, Flicker and Flame, all of these things it makes sense for, but at the same time, ever since we had the launch of Fortnite Festival, some stuff that was made for other games like Bloom, which was harmonics for Fuser a long time ago, is marked as Epic Games. It doesn't tell you it's for Fuser. It doesn't tell you specifically why this was made in 2020. Even if we type, can we actually type 2017? Actually, hold on. We can sort by release date, right? Even if we go all the way to the bottom here, we have stuff like Dreamer. We have the Night Porter, Sump. We have those type of things, even Silly Bros. And I do believe there's more in here that I could probably find if I keep scrolling. But we have all of these old tracks that just say Epic Games on it. Even if it was like harmonics or, certain artists or something back then, it is something that just always felt weird to me, because it's like, when I think of, oh, this is an Epic Games, jam track or whatever else, I think it was made for Fortnite, right? That's what I think when I see that Epic Games title at the bottom. And sure, technically Epic Games can do this because they own harmonics, they own psionics for like the Rocket League stuff, they own Fall Guys, right? It makes sense for them to have that there, but at the same time, you have interesting situations such as what is going on with the Beyond the Flame jam track. So to actually talk about this, I'm going to pop up this image on screen right now, which was from a Q&A over on Reddit recently talking about the Beyond the Flame jam track that you can get for free by actually gold starring it in Fortnite Festival. They said, stoked to see you guys dig the song, bummed to see that Epic/Fortnite didn't give any credit to the artist who worked on it, so if you're curious, here you go, spread the word. I produced and wrote the track, which by the way, when they're saying this is Misha, and by the way, I might butcher some names or band names, whatever, here and there. I apologize in advance for that. But he says, I produced and wrote the track and collaborated with the very talented Omi Capilla. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry. From Combi Christ for that. Spencer from my band Periphery did the vocals, as the keen-eared of you can tell. Drum legend Dirk from Megadeth played drums, and Ra Diaz from Korn played bass and did that sick bass solo. First guitar solo is by the incredible Kiko from Megadeth. Second solo is from Gina Epic Games, who was kind enough to ask me to be involved with the project, and who also provided the spec for the song to me. And finally, I contributed the last guitar solo. Hope you guys enjoy Misha. And the reason I think this is an interesting thing to mention is that it's not just us finding it weird, right? Some people aren't really going to care. It's such a niche thing to really care about, but it's also the people who work on some of these songs that are just marked as Epic Games who care about it as well and find it an odd choice for them not to credit the artist, right? Because if we type featuring, right, we have stuff that, makes sense. Like, Post Malone featuring Morgan. We have Karol G featuring all these different people. MGK featuring Willow. Willow featuring Travis Barker. All these type of things that actually mention a lot of the artists. Now, of course, not everyone probably gets credited with these things, and these descriptions can get very, very long for the featuring thing, but when it comes to Epic Games, there are ways for them to kind of give more information available to us that would be a little bit nicer for probably the artists, such as going in this little bottom category. For example, if you hover over like Beyond the Flame, going in that bottom category underneath where it says Epic Games and adding onto it to mention specific things, right? To mention, oh, these are the type of people who worked on it. Just having their names marked down there in a description aspect could be nicer and a cool way for them to actually include that extra information and credit where it's due for some of the stuff that we might just know as Epic Games. Shrug. That's it, right? I just feel like it would be a nice change and a way for them to put a little bit extra information. They wouldn't really have to do too much work. Of course, they had to figure out who all worked on some of these things, and they might not be able to do it to every single one, but I definitely think for some of the things that didn't come from Fortnite but have this Epic Games naming as the artist, it would be nice to have a little bit extra information about it. Maybe like with Bloom, what game did it come from? Because we know it's Refuser, and just more things that give us more details and allow allow the artist to have the credit where the credit is due, because if I didn't see that Reddit post, right, if I didn't see it from Kai retweeting it on Twitter, I would have no clue that people from Megadeth, Korn, all these different places worked on it, right? I would just think, oh, Epic Games did some interesting song choice for FNCS this year, right? That's all I would have thought about it. But of course, there is more that goes into it than we might think that just meets the eye at the first glance. So would you love to hear your comments down below about this whole situation? Do you think this is a nothing burger, people shouldn't really care too much, or do you think they should find a different way, such as how right here you can see a description being used for this coming soon track, in order to give more credit out there to the artists who work on these different things? But until next time, hope you champs and champettes enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.